You better not kill the groove, DJ. Gonna burn this house right down. Oh, I know about your kind. And so I'll have to play. If you think you're getting away, I will prove you wrong. I'll take you all the way, boy, just come along. Hear me when I say, hey, it's murder on the dance floor, but you better
Good morning. Please be seated. Our program will begin momentarily. Once again, please be seated. Our program will begin momentarily.
Hi, my name is Charlotte Yee, and I'm a 5th grader at Frank McCoppin Elementary. Please welcome Dr. Nadine Burke-Harris, pediatrician, First Surgeon General of California, and Senior Advisor for the ACE Resource Network.
Good morning. And thank you, Charlotte, for that wonderful introduction. I'm Dr. Nadine Burke-Harris, and I'm truly honored to welcome you here today. I want to start by taking a moment to acknowledge all the families impacted by the fires in Southern California and the first responders working tirelessly to keep them safe. Our hearts are with you. And now, I would like to welcome Mayor-elect Daniel Lurie, his wife, Becca Prouda, and the entire Prouda-Lurie family. I'd also like to acknowledge the first partner of California, Jennifer Siebel Newsom, our Lieutenant Governor, Eleni Kounalakis, Attorney General Rob Bonta, Senate Controller Malia Cohen, Senate President Pro Tem Senator Mike McGuire, Senator Scott Wiener, and Assemblyperson Catherine Stefani. I'd like to welcome Mayor London Breed and acknowledge former mayors Willie Brown, Frank Jordan, Art Agnos, and the families of former mayors Feinstein, Moscone, Alioto, and Shelley here today. I want to acknowledge the Board of Supervisors, the San Francisco Board of Education, the San Francisco Consular Corps, and so many of our esteemed current and former elected officials at the city, state, and national levels. And most importantly, all of the many everyday San Franciscans here today. Wow, the view from here is amazing. There are people filled with hope as far as the eye can see. I can tell you that hope takes courage. It requires discipline. Anybody who's spent time working on some of our city's toughest challenges knows that it's a struggle. It's full of heartbreak. But if you're willing to pick yourself up and fight for what you believe in, on the other side of that heartbreak, there can be great healing. And that's what San Franciscans are all about. The greatest minds, innovators, advocates, artists, scientists, educators, literally all of us. Together, I know that we can create the conditions for communities, businesses, and families to thrive. I met the mayor-elect in 2005 when I was a young pediatrician trying to start a clinic in Bayview Hunters Point. He didn't ask me to come to his office downtown. He came to me. I told him that I wanted to create a new model for serving families and addressing childhood trauma. He listened and quickly became an early investor in that vision. And I'm not just talking about financial resources. I have personally seen him fight some tough fights so that the families that I served could get what they needed. So it was no surprise to me when soon community organizers started saying, "Hey, Dr. Burke, I was at this meeting the other day. What's up with the white guy at the back of the room with his sleeves rolled up?" And I'd say, "Oh yeah, that's Daniel. He's legit." I was proud to vouch for him then, and I'm thrilled to celebrate him here today as he brings his partnership, humility, vision, and that fight to City Hall. As California's first Surgeon General, I learned quickly that good government is essentially about leading from behind, but accountability comes from the top. Mayor-elect Daniel Lurie understands both of these things deeply. He lives them. He does it because he loves San Francisco, and he knows that it's special. This is a place where everyone is welcome, where passion, that's what we're celebrating, where passion for all of our different beliefs is celebrated. Now, that can make bringing people together to overcome big challenges tricky. It requires being present. It requires a profound ability to find common ground, especially when we disagree. And that's exactly what Mayor-elect Lurie does. He has demonstrated that to him, everyone is important. Everybody counts. I am incredibly proud that the work that we started together in Bayview 2 decades ago to help children and families heal has been expanded throughout California and replicated in other states. We start things here that take root and grow. San Francisco is a hub of innovation, and not just for technology, but for how we take care of each other. It's a new day in San Francisco. Mayor-elect Lurie, I'm grateful to have been walking alongside you all these years. Thank you for your leadership today and in all the days to come.
Hi, my name is Kusho Kumadan. I'm a 3rd grader at Inaugural Elementary School. Please rise for the presentation of the colors and the singing of the national anthem by legendary singer-songwriter Lenny Williams from Tower Power and the Glide Ensemble.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land
Hi, my name is Liliana Gutierrez. I'm a first grader at All Royal Elementary School. Please welcome the head coach of the Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr. Hola, mi nombre es Liliana Gutierrez. Yo voy a primer grado en la Escuela Alvarado. Por favor, denle la bienvenida al director técnico de los Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr.
Thank you. Thank you, Liliana. Hi, everyone. I am so proud and honored to be here today to welcome in a new era of leadership to San Francisco. Today is an exciting day, obviously a gorgeous day, filled with hope and promise. There's a spirit in the air and optimism, and it's authentic, just like this city. We have been through an awful lot in recent years, and our city has taken some hits, but we are bouncing back, and Mayor-elect Lurie is ready to guide our city to new heights. In my 10 years living in the Bay, I have come to love this city for its beauty, its diversity, and its authenticity. This is a special place to live. We all know that. We are, of course, not without our problems. Over the past few years, especially following COVID, we have had to deal with some difficult issues. The fentanyl crisis, homelessness, theft, housing shortages, etc. We have a lot to improve and plenty to fix. One thing I have learned as a coach is that my job is to inspire and teach, but also to listen. Leadership is about creating a vision for success by building a culture of collaboration, purpose, and joy with the people you're leading. The people I'm trying to inspire, my players, they're the ones who do the work. They're often teaching me as much as I'm teaching them because we are looking at things together and trying to find solutions. Ultimately, the players are the ones determining whether our team wins with the quality of their play. I'm just trying to help them get there. I imagine Mayor-elect Lurie's job to be a similar one, albeit with larger consequences, of course. A mayor isn't going to fix problems by himself or herself, just like a coach doesn't score any baskets or block any shots. He isn't going to be able to wave a magic wand and create safety and security, affordable housing, better schools, and a thriving economy for all. We are going to do that together. Mayor-elect Lurie is going to give us inspiration and a vision. He will listen, and he will provide the political guidance we need to navigate the issues we face. But ultimately, the citizens of San Francisco will determine what kind of city we will be. We have an incredibly fertile environment for this city to thrive. In fact, the same things that made the Warriors a sleeping giant a decade ago are the things that give San Francisco the opportunity to be one of the great cities of the world. Brilliant, innovative minds, amazing academic institutions, financial power, a hub of technology, innovation, natural beauty, amazing food, wine, culture, incredible people who have a passion and energy for life that is palpable every single day. I feel it at Chase every game night. But for our city to reach its potential, we have to channel our energy to set aside our differences, instead make a difference for one another. Just like the Warriors, we have to bring our individual talents to the table with the idea of making the whole better. Indeed, there is strength in numbers. Mayor-elect Lurie understands this dynamic, and that's why I'm so excited for his vision for the city. But let today be a day where we remind each other that our future is in our own hands and that it's up to each and every one of us to bring our talents, our efforts, our sacrifice, our love, and our joy to the common cause of making San Francisco the best city in the world. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Cole Quince, and I'm an 8th grader at Willie Brown Middle School. Please welcome future First Lady of San Francisco, Becca Prouda.
Well, thank you, Cole, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you also to all of our SFUSD student announcers this morning. Weren't they awesome? I have to tell you, it is just absolutely an honor to be up here. Thank you to all of you for taking time out of your busy lives to join us here in Civic Center Plaza, one of San Francisco's most incredible public parks. Your love for this city and your willingness to fight for it have brought us here today, and it is truly humbling. In searching for the words to adequately match this moment, I kept coming back to the word service. Service is a value standing at the core of our family. It's what inspired Daniel to devote his life to fighting poverty and to this city. Daniel and I both believe it's not enough to just live in a place. You have to take action to make that place better. For us, San Francisco is that place. Picking up trash on your neighborhood streets, serving a meal to someone in need, giving directions to a turned-around tourist, these are all acts of service. Service brings us closer, it creates a sense of pride, it drives change. But you don't have to be the mayor to be in service to San Francisco and to one another. And no one exemplifies that more than Jesse Peterson. If you know Daniel, you know it's fitting that he is breaking with tradition to take the oath of office from Jesse, a San Franciscan who has lived a life in service outside of the spotlight. Daniel and I met Jessie more than a decade ago when she shared her life story with the Tipping Point community. She is a powerful example of self-determination and resilience. After being removed from her parents' care at just 2 weeks old, Jessie found love, stability, and a commitment to education in her foster mom, Patty. Despite trials and tribulations, and with the support of the San Francisco State Guardian Scholars Program, Jessie became the first person in her family to graduate from college and went on to the University of San Francisco School of Law, where she graduated with honors. She now works in the Office of the State Public Defender, where she dutifully protects the constitutional rights of others. From the moment Jessie set foot in San Francisco, she knew this was home. She is a testament to the power of service and to community, not only because of what she continues to do for others, but because of all of the people who have showed up to support her along the way. I couldn't be prouder to welcome Jessie here today to administer the oath of office.
Thank you so much, Becca. I feel incredibly honored, privileged, and humbled to be here today. When I came here to go to college at the age of 18, wide-eyed at my first look at the Golden Gate Bridge, never did I imagine I'd be swearing in the 46th mayor of San Francisco. I would not be standing on this stage today without the help and generosity of countless others who believed in me and saw my potential along the way. I am here today not as a lawyer, but as a proud San Franciscan and mom who is committed to raising my family here. With that, I'd like to invite Mayor-elect Daniel Lurie and his children, Taya and Sawyer, to the stage for the oath of office. Place your hand on the Constitution and repeat after me. I, Daniel Lurie, do solemnly swear
I, Daniel Lurie, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign or domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
that I will bear true faith to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely,
without mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
and I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter during such time as I hold the office as Mayor and City of San Francisco.
As Mayor and City of San Francisco.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm going to take it in for a minute. I actually just spoke to Mayor Breed about an hour ago, and she told me, take a moment, Mayor, thank you for telling me to do that. Jesse, thank you. I couldn't be more proud to take my oath as mayor alongside you here today. I want to thank my wife, Becca, our kids, Taya and Sawyer, my parents, my siblings, for their support here today and every day. I also want to acknowledge the life of President Jimmy Carter, who showed us all what it means to lead with humanity and integrity. And my heart goes out to our friends and family, and I want to take a moment to send our love to our neighbors down south in Southern California who are hurting And when one of our fellow California cities is hurting, we all hurt. Mayor London Breed and San Francisco Fire Department sent a team down there. I had friends that just heard that they saw a caravan of fire trucks going down 101. So we send them our best and we hold them closely. I want to also thank again Mayor London Breed for your advice, your counsel, and for your tremendous service to the city and county of San Francisco. Thank you. I want to welcome the first partner of California, Jen Siebel Newsom. Thank you for being with us today. Mayor Willie Brown, who I had a front row seat for, but he's standing somewhere over there. So Mayor Willie Brown, Mayor Art Agnos, Mayor Frank Jordan, thank you. I want to thank our incoming Board of Supervisors and all of our esteemed elected guests here today. And finally, and most importantly, I want to thank all of you for being here today. Today marks the beginning of a new era of accountability and change at City Hall, one that, above all else, serves you, the people of San Francisco. That begins now. I entered this mayor's race not as a politician, but as a dad who couldn't explain to my kids what they were seeing on our streets. And that has never hit me as hard as it did last month at San Francisco General Hospital. After meeting an extraordinary team of nurses, doctors, social workers, and addiction specialists, we ended our tour in the NICU. There, I stood in the quiet of a nursery, surrounded by babies in critical condition, some of them recovering from fentanyl exposure. It was a heartbreaking picture of our city's shortcomings in addressing the crisis on our streets. But as I listened to the nurses talk about their tiny patients, I began to hear that familiar sound of hope. The same hope that I've heard on every street corner in every neighborhood across 7 square miles. Make no mistake, hope is alive and well in San Francisco. The nurses assured me that with the right treatment and care, these babies are incredibly resilient. They get better. After seeing an Instagram post about my experience in the NICU, one mother commented, 3 years ago, that was my baby and me. And I want everyone in San Francisco to know that recovery is possible, she said. And she's right. Recovery is possible, but it needs to be more than a possibility in San Francisco. It must be our mission. Together, we can all get better, do better, and return San Francisco to its rightful place as the greatest city in the world. San Francisco has long been known for its values of tolerance and inclusion, but nothing about those values instructs us to allow nearly 8,000 people to experience homelessness in our city. Widespread drug dealing, public drug use, and constantly seeing people in crisis has robbed us of our sense of decency and security. Now, safety isn't just a statistic. It's a feeling you hold when you're walking down the street. That insecurity is harming families and businesses in the Tenderloin, south of Market, the Mission, and beyond. I refuse to believe that this is who we are. You voted for accountability and change, a clear mandate that my administration will work to fulfill every single day. But, as Coach said, lasting change doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. But if we are consistent, if we have vision, if we aren't afraid to make tough decisions, San Francisco will rise to new heights. Now, with the largest budget deficit in the history of our city, we can no longer hide from our fiscal reality. A problem of this magnitude requires us to make some painful decisions and rethink the way that we operate. We need to stop spending more than we can afford. We need to prioritize essential services and make the investments that are critical to getting San Francisco up and running again. And when we come out the other side, and we will, we must ensure that every San Franciscan shares in our new prosperity. From this moment forward, there is a new structure in the mayor's office, one that allows for more accountability and more opportunities for city departments to work together effectively to solve our most pressing problems. We are assembling a world-class administration, a cross-section of people from every sector and point of view. We will fight every day for San Francisco's future and a safer, more affordable city for all. We cannot continue to triage the crises that we face. If we're going to turn the city around, good intentions are not enough. Strong values are not enough. We must act with an unapologetic focus on results and create the solutions that last far beyond the tenure of this administration. Starting today, we are treating the fentanyl crisis as the emergency that it is. As we speak, the San Francisco Police Department and Sheriff's Department are rapidly shifting resources and personnel to bring drug dealers to justice and clean up our streets. Today, what has been a temporary effort to deal with the increasing drug markets will be a permanent fixture of this administration. The fentanyl crisis isn't a 9-to-5 operation. It doesn't take breaks, and neither will we. That's why I'm introducing a package of fentanyl state of emergency ordinances. This will allow us to further surge resources and bypass the bureaucratic hurdles standing in the way of tackling this crisis. I look forward to working with the incoming Board of Supervisors for their quick approval. I want to thank all of you for your shared commitment to defeating the scourge of fentanyl and untreated mental illness on our streets. Thank you. Thank you. This authorization will fast-track a public-private partnership to stand up temporary emergency shelter beds and address the homelessness crisis on our streets. It's time. It is time to move past the politics of demonizing each other on every single issue. It's time to redefine how politics works in our city when we stand united. We send a clear message to the city and the country that you do not come to San Francisco to deal drugs or do drugs on our streets, and if you do, you will be held accountable. This is truly a new era of cooperation and mutual respect between City Hall, the Board of Supervisors, law enforcement, and the thousands of city employees working on the front lines. Without you, we cannot carry on this vision for change. Which is why you have my guarantee that there will be zero cuts to sworn officers, 911 operators, EMTs, firefighters, and nurses. Our first responders who are here today looking out for all of us, thank you very much. But our first responders, they need to know that we have their back. We will do everything in our power to fully restaff the police department, sheriff's department, and 911 response team and incentivize them to stay. And let's be clear, we must also operate with the understanding that not every issue needs to be solved by someone with a badge and a gun. We currently have at least 9 street teams operated by 5 different departments. And despite having made a vast investment of resources and personnel, no one thinks the current structure is working. Our first step in streamlining our crisis response is to mandate that all departments coordinate to build and maintain a single public-facing street conditions dashboard. You can't build strong solutions without good data. We will also be embedding behavioral health specialists in dedicated first responder units. Until now, the only options our first responders have had is to take those who are suffering from mental health issues or addiction to hospital or jail. I'm excited to announce that this spring we will open the city's first 24/7 police-friendly drop-off center. This will create better pathways to treatment and give police the authority to hold those who refuse help accountable. As we move people off the streets and into recovery, we will also expand the Journey Home program, providing increased transportation and support for those ready to reunite with loved ones or access care outside of San Francisco. Another key to producing better outcomes on our streets is to focus our investments in high-performing nonprofit service providers. This will not only save us money, it will help the city's best nonprofits shine and better serve the needs of the most vulnerable San Franciscans. More accountability and effective distribution of our resources will clear the path for San Francisco's recovery. Making our streets safer and cleaner will supercharge the revitalization of our downtown corridor. I'm excited to announce that we will be launching the SFPD Hospitality Zone Task Force. This dedicated police unit will create a more welcoming and safe environment for workers, shoppers, and visitors in the Union Square, Market Street, and Moscone Center areas, and not just when there's a conference in town, but when it's every single day, 365 days a year. From engaging local artists to once again becoming a destination for world-class events and tourism, we are building the foundation for a safe urban core that is thriving and inviting to all. My job is not to demand that the private sector be back in the office every day. My job is to make you want to be downtown again for work, with your family, and with your friends. And let me take a moment and say none of this can happen if the hotel industry isn't open for business. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the hotel workers of Local 2 and hotel management for coming together to reach an agreement that ended the longest hotel strike in city history. We got people back to work in time for the holidays, and our hotels are welcoming visitors again, enabling us to attract and host events like the JP Morgan Healthcare Conference next week and the NBA All-Star Game in February. There is no denying it. San Francisco is coming back. There's a rising sense of pride and optimism in this city right now that cannot be stopped. With that momentum, we must proactively plan for the next housing and economic boom. Within our first 100 days, we will take bold action to enable more housing at all income levels and help new businesses and buildings get their permits more quickly. To our small businesses, who I know have been suffering. The era of a new restaurant going through 40 inspections and receiving 50 different answers is over. That's our promise to you. We can no longer wait for the right conditions to build. We must do our part to create those conditions. Now, better coordination between departments may not sound sexy, but it's going to be a hallmark of this administration. I'm talking about the kind of coordination that will keep one department from tearing up your street for maintenance and another from doing it again 2 weeks later. We have allowed far too many people to lose faith in government. I know that we can restore that faith. As your mayor, I'm going to take aim at the problems that need solving right here in San Francisco, because that is what you elected me to do. But I also know that many feel a great sense of fear and loss about the state of our country right now. I share those concerns. San Francisco has long been a historic beacon for human rights, and we cannot be complacent. Attacks on LGBTQ plus rights, hate crimes, and the vilification of immigrant communities are happening across the country, including right here at home. San Francisco must be a city where every individual feels safe, valued, and empowered. That means standing firm against discrimination and fighting for the dignity of all communities, no matter what comes our way. As your mayor, I will always tell you the truth, even when they are hard truths. The challenges ahead of us are enormous. But in the words of Harvey Milk, you have to give them hope. Hope for a better world, hope for a better tomorrow. And I gotta tell you, as I look out on this incredible crowd, I feel that hope. But that feeling on its own, it's not enough. It must be paired with the courage to act. Now is the time for action. This is where our comeback begins. There are green shoots everywhere, but my standard for success is sky high. It is the greatest honor of my life to serve as your mayor at this critical moment in our history. I'm asking all of you, every single one of you, to join me in reclaiming our place as the greatest city in the world with a new era of accountability, service, and change. It's time to roll up our sleeves and get to work, San Francisco. Thank you very much.